here is the most powerful country in the world, drop more bombs on this truly primitive, economically primitive country of Laos, okay? I mean, Vietnam had a complex civilization. And, you know, Cambodia had a long history of building dikes and, you know, Siem Reap and you know, Angkor Wat and all that. But Laos, which I visited at that time in '64, was, you know, a cut-off, landlocked, rural country of, you know, I don't like to use the word primitive because they had an exquisite culture by their standards and in their terms. But, you know, the example I use, I could go into a village in Laos, as I did, with pencils as a gift. A pencil would delight a child because hadn't been able to use one or get one or see one. So, and these are the people we're dropping bombs on, fragmentation bombs, you know, the kind that we're now still digging up. And
the
so
landmines, I've been a media ambassador for Adopt a Minefield, so I know what you're talking about.
And you know, they still are killing people in Laos and Cambodia and Vietnam. And for me, you know, that was all I needed to know. I mean, here were people, they couldn't threaten anybody. You know, I mean, they had no Air Force, they had nothing. You know,
so what was the real agenda?
Well, the real agenda was to make water feed your arms industry. The real agenda was some kind of global conception of your battle against communism, but communism was never monolithic. So at the time I was in Laos, you know, the Chinese and Russians were shooting at Soviets were shooting at each other across the border. So the whole thing was phony, crazy, but very sensible, well-educated people would defend it. Oh no, the Ho Chi Minh Trail goes near here, so forth. And then I went back a year later with Stanley Scheinbaum after I'd written about his involvement, and he had been in the Air Force during World War II doing maps and so forth, or aerial reconnaissance. And so we got an airplane from the Cambodian government, Prince Sihanouk, and some people who flew us around looking this area for the Ho Chi Minh Trail and could show it was a fraud, this whole excuse for all this bombing